Okay, so before we went into Topeka, we had to stop by Lawrence. It was kind of the halfway point between where we were. We stopped by Wake the Dead Breakfast Bar. And I got my new phone, so I was definitely trying to mess around with it and its features. I used this iPhone 11 Pro Max the whole weekend. And you could tell there's a bit of a learning curve because it's very different than my old iPhone 7 Plus. And we picked up some donuts and went to a friend's house, took a sleep, and then we were in it. The next morning, we got some breakfast and went over to the Stormont Vale Events Center. It's hard to remember because they've changed the name. And yeah, it's pretty big. They're currently renovating it, but none of that got in the way. And first, we kind of took a tour of all of the vendors and non-vendors because there's the Topeka Cosplay Coalition. I know there's a third C there, but I can't remember it. And yeah, there's a Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but like life size right there. That was pretty fun. And we came across the exposure booth. That was pretty interesting. They have it on VHS as well. It's a more of like a B movie than anything. Sorry about that. I had to deal with the Dalek. But yeah, we had things like cars all around of different kinds of for purposes. These were some fellas that just put together these interesting anti-zombie, anti-T-virus, umbrella corporation kind of stuff. I thought that was interesting. We had the weird Thor hammer booth, and they're not literally weighed at those points. They're just wooden blocks, but he put magnets that take that much force to pull them out of there. And I thought this was delicious. It was just a thing where you could walk up in game, but you'll see there they had HD loader going, so I thought that was pretty funny. And there's more of the trucks. Sorry, I didn't realize I put those out of order. Stopped by a booth that had a lot of games. I only got a couple things there. I'll talk more about that later. I'll have the picture at the end of the video. This guy makes custom toys. It was kind of hard to get a shot of all of his things, so I did my best. And then we stopped by the Warner Brothers booth. Both of the guys you see on screen were animators, and the guy on the right also did some stand-in voices when necessary. The fellow on the left had worked on Animaniacs primarily and won 4 Emmys for it, so that was cool. And I bought a thing from him, which will be in the final picture as well. So now we're going into the cosplay competition. I showed the shot of the several awards there, and now it's just going through the people, so I'll let this play out, and then I'll come back to you when it's over. So those are the winners. And then I came across a booth with Funko Pops and games. I ended up getting one game that'll be in the picture at the end. And then we stopped and took a picture at the Topeka Cosplay Something Coalition.
It's smaller on the inside.
They had Santa Claus Conquers the Martians playing. For some reason, I had to take a picture of that. And then on our way out, we saw the Jinx Productions. That was pretty cool. And we went and played some video games for a few hours, and ultimately we ended up at Kiku's, which is, you know, one of those Benihana-style restaurants. And the next day we were back at it again. We had to get a shot of Chelsea there and her day 2 duds. There was the Ghostbusters booth again. I wanted to get other shots of it. I felt like the one picture just wasn't satisfactory, so I definitely got some more pictures. This dude makes custom helmets from all kinds of movie types. That was just crazy. And you can't have a convention without weapons and dragons. And then this other booth had this, I don't even know what it's made of. I didn't want to touch it, but it was fantastic to see. And that was just another shot of where the celebrities were. And yeah, there's an Evel Knievel museum nearby, so I had to get a shot of a couple of the things that they brought that he actually wrote in or wrote on. Restored, of course. And we sat in on this special effects panel, as it were. He wasn't really talking, he was just kind of showing the steps. And yeah, those contacts were crazy. But of course, we couldn't deny ourselves the pet cosplay competition. I'm not even going to talk, I'm just going to let you guys see the cuteness. And that's a shot of everyone. Not everybody won, of course, but one dog, one ferret, one cat. That was pretty good. These guys were slap fighting the whole time. That was pretty funny. I didn't take a video of it. That was spooky. And yeah, this place had plenty of space to eat, had a concession stand. There was a booth there where you could win prizes, whether or not you actually won the roulette wheel. We saw Chewy definitely standing there and got a shot of me next to a Dalek. How did I survive? Then we went by the Noto Escapes escape room. And it may not look like much, but it was a lot of fun and very well thought out and took us only 15 minutes. And then here's what I picked up. A lot of stuff. Just look it over. It was a pretty great time. And aside from that, the local family video was closing down, and I got each of these for $5. Flesh out my Wii U collection, and that was the final Star Wars movie I had to pick up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.